Let's do this, chat. A brand new era. 2023-24 season. You ever slept, chat? Last year was the first year of streamer versus Twitch chat, so there was never a... I mean, I think they swept me last year 3-0, which means I did the same thing to them this year, so clearly it's not that important. Broken left ankle for Trey Mann for you guys. Set up injuries and scouting the way we always do. Hands off. Jalen Johnson's hurt. Am I treating playbooks like they matter? I mean, I'm sure they matter, but you guys got an offer. Looney and a first in 2027 for Jalen. By the way, for the record, again, Duran has a B- potential, but he has a 79 overall at 19. And Kevon Looney is 27 years old. Chat saying no. Chat not banking on the Warriors being shit, especially now that Clay is gone. Fair enough. Yeah, I took the risk. I'll see if Klay Thompson can be dealt, and in worst case, that's $43 million off the books for me. I do get my first trade offer. Dinwiddie and Covington. Kyle Lowry involved in the deal. So Dinwiddie's 30. Covington's 32. But the 22-year-old power forward, Jaime Jaquez Jr. That's tough to say no to. I mean, I do have to take on Kyle Lowry's salary, but he's expiring at the end of the year. Gets me a younger player to kind of build around, which I don't hate. I mean, Dinwiddie and Covington help, but that was kind of my strategy, is get good players now and deal them for futures. So I'm going to take that deal from Miami. Get myself a younger power forward. It hurts my playoff chances. This team is not good enough to win in season one. There's no way. There's no way. You know what? The one thing we didn't do was look around the league to see what other teams look like. We can technically do that right now. Look at the Sixers, for example. And obviously, these are modern rosters. People are more likely to be familiar with the rosters at these, at these stages. But there are some teams that are gross. I mean, shit, dude. I'm in a tough spot. I'm in a tough spot. You could start dealing futures. I don't have futures, though. You guys took all the younger players in the draft. I only have draft picks. And we saw how well the AI like to go for draft picks. But yeah, I mean, look at some of these teams. Look at some of these teams. I mean, granted, I'm in the West. I don't have to necessarily deal with them. But I'm not getting past Kawhi and Paul George, for example. I can't imagine I would get past those two. You look at Memphis at this point. Like, it's a star-driven league. Like, I'm a good team, but, man, I'm not going to be a good enough team to compete. That's just not going to happen. I wouldn't even get past Sacramento with the Aaron Fox and Sabonis. That's just not going to happen. So, I mean, Jesus, the Lakers. That big two alone. So, yeah, I'm going to take this deal. Bring in the Jaquez. And that works for me. Allow me to double check my game plan now. Honestly, a lot of fucking injuries. Jesus. Screw it. I'm going to open up the block as well. Or not open up the block, but open up the deal there as I won our initial 2 showdowns. Beat you guys in back-to-back games. Love to see it. Love to see it. A deal for you guys. Jeremy Grant and Max Strus from Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard. So Jeremy Grant, 29-year-old power forward. Strus, 27-year-old forward. For Marcus Smart, the 29-year-old point guard. And Luke Kennard, who's 27. It doesn't really feel like you're gaining much on the situation there, if we're being honest, So that's a no. And Marcus Smart's a great player if you're going for a title, but that's pretty rough. So a lot of people were going with the no side of things, so just left it be, which is fair enough. So you guys actually have a winning record right now at 14-10, and that's with the bench being spread around as much as it is. That is a little bit surprising, to say the least. Chat over 500. Only that surprising because of the depth being spread around. And again, who doesn't bleed a new organization dry by being almost $70 million in the hole in one season, you know? Man, there's been a real lack of trade offers, and I'm starting to sweat a bit. I do get another offer here. It's 27-year-old Dylan Brooks and 30-year-old Josh Richardson for 27-year-old Brandon Clark and 27-year-old Luke Kennard. Only reason to do that is to get rid of Dylan Brooks' contract and deal with Brandon Clark making less. For that reason, I am going to do it. I take on the Kennard contract for the season, but long-term, I get rid of the Dylan Brooks contract, and he's not going to be a key enough player for me, and I would really like to get rid of that particular deal. So I'll take that deal with Memphis, get rid of Dylan Brooks. It's fine by me. Have computer auto-adjust rotation. Stop because I know you guys are pointing out the 172 to 69 All-Star game score. LeBron had 36. Jesus. In fact, you guys put up 172 points while getting as many playing minutes in there as you can is hilarious. Welcome to 2024. It's very weird that we started in the early 80s and now we're in 2024. Another deal for me, it's Jonathan Isaac for Tim Hardaway Jr., which is not the type of trade that I am looking for. Nobody wants Klay Thompson. I know he's expensive. Also, I'm far in the red. Holy shit. I didn't notice how far in the red I was because of these fucking contracts. Well, if we can bankrupt the team, we're about to find out if it's possible. So, we are about to find out if it's possible. St. Louis in the red. As I do get a trade offer for one Kyle Lowry. It's 24-year-old Trey Jones. And that is a no-brainer for me. Gets younger. Shed some money. Trey Jones, welcome in. So my strategy of bringing in veterans and trying to sell them off is working so far. Klay Thompson was the big one where it's like, oh God, does anybody actually want him? You guys get a trade offer. It's the 27-year-old Bruce Brown for 27-year-old Tyus Jones. Only reason to take that would be to shed a little bit of money for the rest of this season. There's no reason to really take that at this stage. Same age. I mean, you'd be moving a shooting guard for a point guard. What's the point, you know? What's the point? So, I mean, you technically might free up a spot at shooting guard and get the other guy more minutes, but it's not going to be much. Another trade offer for myself here. Trey Jones and a second for Mr. Levert, which we are not going to do, given that he is 29 years old. NBA shares profits for keeping the sound afloat. It's true. I'm going to make the playoffs in my first season, by the way. Get through the All-Star drafts. As I get another trade offer. Bradley Beal and Jalen Johnson for Anthony Simons and Nurkic. So Beal's obviously 30. Johnson's only 22, but a C+ potential. Simons is 24 at a B+. And then Nurkic is obviously movable. I got to take that. Jalen Johnson's not bad, but I get a significantly better prospect in the form of Simons there, who has obviously been around for a long time and is still only 24 years old. That's a yes for me. That is a yes for me. I'm not trying to win a title this year. If it happens, it happens. We'll take it. We will take it. I am going to keep getting younger as we are almost to the trade deadline. I am going to explore a possibility. I'm not committing to it, but I am exploring. Klay Thompson's movable. Is Rudy Gobert movable? We have gone through 4 eras without a nuke. I think it's time I change that. I am officially using my nuke in Season 1. I am using my nuke. This was the strategy. Sell off who I could, use the nuke to move whoever did not get moved. I am using my nuke. That would mean trading Simons. No. But it does give me the freedom to move whoever I want, aka the old dudes who didn't get traded. That does not mean that Simons goes anywhere. He stays, Jones stays, but these other older guys, gone. Gone. So I am using my one and only nuke. I'm not allowed to do this later on if I build up a core that fails. I'm using my nuke. And we start off. I just saw Let's Nuke too. Theoretically, if you were to Grant, Brown, Strus, I mean, you have players that you could move, but you don't have a Klay Thompson. It is once per era. This is it. This is the only time that I can use it. But I'm using my nuke, and I go first, even if you guys elected to use yours, because I made the call. Klay Thompson, gotta move you out for whatever I can get. And I'm allowed to wheel and deal as much as I want, but obviously there's a lot of clauses that stops you from going crazy. We're not going to do that. Murray and Capella, Rozier and PJ Washington, Charlotte. Sexton and John Collins. Would have to add Cam Reddish. Fuck. I'd have to use Trey Jones, but De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes. Jalen Brunson and Evan Fournier. Gordon Hayward and Trey Mann. Obviously, that doesn't count. That's from your team. Is that nuking? Technically. Michael Bridges, Duncan Robinson. Michael Porter Jr. and Christian Braun. Buddy Hield and a first. That first is obviously going to be tempting. Pascal Siakam in a second. Fred VanVleet in a first. Keldon Johnson, Kyle Lowry. Dort and Oladipo. Karl Anthony Towns, Kyle Anderson, or Kyle Kuzma and Tyus Jones. There are obviously some interesting ones. The Sexton and Collins trade makes my team pretty well-rounded. De'Aaron Fox is the best player I could get, and then move out the other point guard. Or I could just fucking flip. Well, I probably wouldn't be able to flip Fox with the call. He gets paid so much. But man, using Thompson and Jones to get De'Aaron Fox. Trey Jones also plays point guard. There's the Michael Porter Jr. offer. He's got an A- at 25. Braun's got a B- at 22. That's a pretty good trade to make me more well-rounded. Buddy Hield has 1 year left, so basically that'd be a first-round pick. VanVleet's a future first. Keldon Johnson's a B. Dort is a B-. All right. For me, the answer's obvious. It's the deal with Sacramento. That's insane that that's even an option. Klay Thompson and Trey Jones for De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes. I can't believe it's even an option. But 100%, I'm taking that. I have to. I have to. See what we can get for Grant after I'm done with my nuke. Milo, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. How'd the stream go? I just somehow got offered a deal for De'Aaron Fox, and it blew my damn mind. But welcome in. Welcome in. What were you up to tonight is my question. Why is Twitch still broken? Twitch never knows what people are doing. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Again, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. All right. To elaborate, to explain, NBA-wise, chat has their team. I have my team. I am blowing my team up because it's the smart thing to do. We're playing F1 Manager. That's fair. I haven't gotten to sink my teeth into the first one or the new one. I just know how time-consuming it is. I just don't have the time. Rudy Gobert, Bogdanovich and Capella, Rozier and Nick Richards, Collins and Olynyk, Mitch Robinson, and Evan Fournier. Man, Mitch Robinson wouldn't be the worst. Can't take that deal. Bogdanovich and Harris, Van Fleet and Vezenkov, Dort. Reddish is a C+. Dort's at a B-, which isn't amazing. But it's Dort or Robinson. Rudy Gobert and Cam Reddish. They are on their way to the New York Knicks for Mitchell Robinson and Evan Fournier. We'll see you later, Rudy. I am so glad I used the nuke. Dennis, love to get rid of you and have Alvarado as the backup. What can I get for Dennis? Honestly, I should have looked at pairing people together as well. I don't even have to move Simons because he's a shooting guard. Holy shit. We got Kennard as the backup, Evan Fournier. I can't move Fournier. Can't move Kennard either. You got Barnes and Jonathan Isaac. Moving Barnes, I can't. Power forward, Jaquez and Aldama. I don't need both. So we could move Santi Aldama. AJ, not a bad trade. They shouldn't have been in a situation to have to make a deal like that. Schrader and Aldama. Or to pair them together. Melton. Lopez, I do not want. Obviously primarily looking for draft picks at this stage, but that does not seem to be what the returns want to be for. Grant Williams and Derek Jones. What would you want for Aldama? I don't even know what the hell your roster looks like at this stage, so I couldn't guess. Williams is 25. I think I'd rather stick with the younger guy. Obi. Jordan Hawkins, but I don't want to give up a first. All right, I'm not a fan of any of those deals. And then at center, Nurkic can't be dealt, nor can Robinson, so I'm going to have to hope a deal comes in for Nurkic in the future. Can't move Brandon Clark either, but I could move Andre Drummond. So obviously that's the problem is, you're not allowed to infinitely flip people. Looks like the last two guys that I have that I want to move at this point in time, Schroeder and Drummond. Can I move them together? Okay, I can. Can I move Aldama as well? Yeah, I'll see if the Andre Drummond curse is real. Bogdanovich and Capella. Jeremy Grant. I can't take that because that's from you. Lonnie Walker and Ben Simmons. Is Lonnie Walker worth the risk to take on Ben Simmons? Obviously not. Obviously not. So I'm going to have to look at trading these guys individually and just hoping I get something. I can start tacking on second rounders. Schroeder, can I get anything for you that does not involve me moving a first round pick? Please, no draft picks being given up. Robert Covington. Yeah, we're not doing anything that involves me moving a first round pick. Chuma. Chuma in a second from Orlando is not bad. That is not bad. All right. Why is Ben Simmons a center / point guard? Anybody want to explain Ben Simmons to Bagel? Have fun explaining Ben Simmons. I'm going to take this deal from Orlando. Dennis Schroeder for Chuma Okeke. the Okaki. And a second round pick from Orlando. Like I said, I'm not really worried about positions of need. If my team does well, then they do well. But right now, we're going to sort out the roster in due time. So now I really have a lot of young power forwards. Aldama can still go. Drummond can still go. The nuke does allow you to move picks, yes. Is there any deal that doesn't involve a second? Dean Wade. Hauser. Ooh, there it is. That's what I was waiting for. First round pick from Memphis and take on Conchar. First round pick from Memphis is winning right now. Easily winning. Romeo Langford's not bad, but I'd rather have the first round pick. Can't take Trey Mann. He's on your team. Be a first round pick swap. Yuta. I think we got our deal. I'm going to send Santi Aldama to Memphis for Conchar and a first round pick in either 2024 or 2025. And I got one trade left on my nuke because there's only one more guy I can trade right now, and that's Andre Drummond. Just to see what I could get for him. Malik Beasley in a second. First round pick. It's already involved in another deal and a swap with the Celtics, but it is a first round pick for Andre Drummond. 2 trades with Memphis, yeah. First round pick for Andre Drummond is something you just can't turn down. I could get Dennis back. First round pick from Dallas and Joe Weiskamp. He's not terrible. Honestly, that first round pick from Dallas. Denver's offering Christian Braun. If I had a second. Ooh, Christian Braun for a second. I don't hate that. Whoa, hello, right trigger getting stuck. There's Looney. Ryan Rupert. Ryan Rupert's not bad. He's a big project, though. And then Moses Brown. There's actually some better offers here than I was expecting. That offer at the end wasn't that bad. Pelicans offering me a guy if I give up a second. Bruno Fernando. It's not that good, but he could be flipped. It's Christian Braun or that first round pick. I agree the Pelicans pick could be nice. But that pick could be anything. It could even be Christian Braun. Do I take a first rounder or do I take an already established prospect? I'm going to go with the Denver deal. Andre Drummond and a second round pick for Christian Braun. With that, I don't think I have anything left I can do. Again, it's the only time I am allowed to do this. I actually could trade Jose Alvarado. It's the only time that I am allowed to do this. It's my one blow it up option. Oh, sweet. I actually could move Jonathan Isaac. I'm not done. I can move Jonathan Isaac now and build around Braun. I have a lot of dudes, actually, that I can still move here. Compared to what I thought. How is this different from last year? I have a 2002 season on the go. It's almost to the playoffs. They have changed up the gameplay a lot, but in terms of the mode itself, it hasn't changed much. They did add a new era starting in 2010. So LeBron being on the Heat, the first year of that. But outside of that, they haven't changed too much. They made it like a new streamlined way for people who thought this was too complicated, which it can be. Yeah, franchise hasn't gotten too much. So they have gotten the rights to some people that weren't necessarily in. They still don't have Reggie Miller or Barkley, but I'm pretty sure Weber wasn't in last year. Chris Webber's in. There's a couple of other dudes that were missing that they did get the rights to. Can I trade all 3 of these guys together? Without deals from you. Why the fuck? No. Kira Lewis Jr.? Isaac Conchar and Alvarado for Kira Lewis Jr. That gets me a project point guard. Ben Simmons, TJ Warren. Doesn't mean I have to take on Tim Hardaway. But to get Kira Lewis Jr. as a backup point guard. Ben Wallace is in. They don't have Rasheed Wallace, though. Okay, the Kira Lewis Jr. deal isn't terrible. But if I were to look to move these guys on their own, Conchar could get me Terry Taylor. 2 second-round picks. Okay, isn't that bad. Justin. Let's see. JaVale McGee. Yeah, I don't want JaVale McGee. Scottie Pippen Jr. Well, I won an NBA title with your dad in a previous era. Buddy Boeheim. Buddy Boeheim is he's only a 69 overall, though. It's pretty low. Twamani Kamara. B- at 23, but again. What about Knicks here? That's not bad. Conchar to Minnesota for Daishin Knicks. That's a done deal as well. Now you see why we only do the nuke once per era. Now you see it can drastically change things, to say the least. Did I have Knicks on the block? I didn't. They just added him. Okay. Jose Alvarado, I can move you now. Gomez, Terry Taylor, Russell Westbrook. Yeah. No. Anybody else double take for a second? Did anybody else double take for a second? Oh, man. I don't want to move Knicks to get that guy, though. A trade exception for Jalen Hood. Shifino, only a C+. Can't take that deal. Could get Andre Drummond back. A lot of people are wanting Knicks now in this deal, and that's just not going to happen. Again, who can I pair? I know I can pair him with Jonathan Isaac. Keep Braun. Could deal Chuma now, which honestly wouldn't be the worst. I can deal Chuma. Just really quickly. Really quickly. Obviously can't do that. That's your team. All right. I'm not going to get a big deal moving these guys at the same time. I already got rid of a second round. No, I actually didn't. Here. Unprotected seconds. Take my second round picks. Ben Simmons might be the piece. Sure might be. Not for my team. Carter and Hernangomez. Delano Banton and a first. Or Bantone, I believe. Yeah, I don't want Russell Westbrook. Another one to get Jake LaRavia. He is not as good as the other option, though. There's Hood Shifino and a second round pick swap, but he was also a C+. Can't take that deal because that was from your team. Not getting rid of Knicks. Not getting rid of a first. I acquire first. I don't get rid of them. Especially because you guys stopped me from using a shitload of draft picks. And as much as it was fun to stop you, it's very unfun to be stopped when you have a horde of draft picks that you're ready to use. First round pick from Golden State. Yeah, it's got to be that Boston Celtics deal. All right, Boston, you got a deal. Done deal there. I thought I was done wheeling and dealing. That's all this has turned into because we just keep finding ways to go. Honestly, again, I can move Delano now if I want to and just keep Knicks on the team. And again, Jonathan Isaac can go too. So if I were to move Banton Wheels, I am in. By the way, hilarious. We are at the trade deadline, and I am blowing it the fuck up. I have elected to use my nuke, and am seeing what happens in the aftermath. We are Very, very much nuking this team. Ooh, okay, Boston offering Peyton Pritchard to get Delano back. I'd get a first-round pick down the road. We love seeing first-round picks, even if they're down the road. First-round pick from Sacramento to take on JaVale McGee. I mean, I'd rather take on Peyton Pritchard, I would say, than JaVale McGee, although McGee's deal's up at the end of the year. Max Christie, are you still beyond the red? I haven't looked, to be honest. I haven't looked until I knew I was done. Goga! Only it was a first-round pick attached, Goga. Julian Strawther? Strawther's not bad. Strawther's not bad. A B plus, 21 years old, 71 overall. There's the Pelicans offer again, involving Bruno Fernando. It is down the road, but it's not a bad offer. And Jabari Walker. Jabari Walker's not that bad either. It's Corey Joseph in a first from Golden State. Landry Shamet. So, a Boston pick. Pritchard for a first. It's a first way down the road. There's a first from Sacramento. And obviously I ended up with the Aaron Fox on the team. I gotta go with that first from the Pelicans. It's Delano Banton and 3 second-rounders for Bruno Fernando and a 2018 first-rounder from the Pelicans. How much more can I possibly deal here? Jesus. Knicks stays. I can't deal anybody else there. I can still deal Jonathan Isaac. I have no second-round picks left. What can I get for Jonathan Isaac now that I don't need him? I'm obviously not going to trade a first-round pick. Can't take Jeremy Grant. That's off of your team. Definitely not doing a first-round pick swap. Tim Hardaway. Robinson, TJ Warren. Not giving up a first. Looks like Jonathan Isaac's probably staying unless I can pair him with somebody. I can move Bruno Fernando. And I can still move both of these younger power forwards. Can I move them all at the same time? Not for much. Ben Simmons. Looks like the best young player I can get left is Kira Lewis, and I'd want to move him. So I might finally, maybe, possibly be stuck. Hate to say it, but I think I've exhausted my options. At least for this window. Oh, well, there's an offer. Bruno Fernando and Jonathan Isaac for Hamidou Diallo. It's not too bad. I mean, Diallo ends up in the same spot as Jonathan Isaac, though. Again, I'm not dealing a first. Can't take that deal because that was with you. Boucher and Malachi Flynn. You know, I wasn't looking because I saw that there was a first-round pick involved, but Boucher and Flynn's not terrible. I will end up with Ben Simmons at some point, rest assured. Rest assured, it will happen. I just don't think I'm going to get the trade that I want for Jonathan Isaac, but man, this team has changed drastically. I said before I thought my luck had run out. I do think we're probably there. Mason Plumlee in a second. I think we have probably hit the limit. Maxence Prosper. Well, Bruno Fernando and Chuma Okeke on their way to Dallas for Olivier Maxence Prosper. And Dante Exum. I mean, there's just no way I can't take that. Wouldn't mind Larry Nance Jr., but yeah, that is the deal. That is the deal. Thank you very much, Dallas. Now am I finally done trading? It's my one nuke. I have to make the most of it. And exhaust literally all options to set me up for the future. It's just Jonathan Isaac. Jaquez and Prost. Jesus Christ, do I trade Jaquez now? I am just fucking the league around. It might as well be a fantasy draft. At this point, with how much movement I've caused around the league, it might as well be a fantasy draft for the entirety of the league. There we go. Tim Hardaway in a first from Dallas. All right, so Jonathan Isaac and Jacques on their way to Dallas for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dallas's first round pick in 2027. Again, the concept behind it is that you end up getting significantly worse. I don't know how much worse I am for the fact that we ended up with De'Aaron Fox. It's insane. That was the one where you're like, oh man, maybe the trade system. Oh, good, can I move Tim Hardaway for anything? Fucking, might as well try. Can I move Tim for anything? Second round pick and Pat Connaughton. Can I move Tim for anything? Jesus. As punishment for how well this went, you have to get Ben Simmons. I will trade Tim Hardaway for Ben Simmons if I can take a first round pick. I will sacrifice myself and take Ben Simmons if you guys allow me to get a first round pick back in the deal as well. I will throw that out there. If you really want me to trade for Ben Simmons, I need some incentive. All right? I need some incentive here. Otherwise, yeah, my options are pretty much exhausted here. Fuck. Yeah, I don't have any second round picks left to deal with Hardaway. So. But that's a good amount of first round picks for the next couple of years. Yeah, I'll take a 2028 first rounder. Very end of the line first rounder. I'm here for it. Why not? Don't you like me, chat? Why not? 2029 is going to be valuable. How the fuck do you know? It's computer-generated players. All right, yeah. Again, there was basically nothing to trade. I just have to double-check if, yeah, I should take a deal like PJ Tucker and Korkmaz just to get rid of the contracts, basically. Is there anybody where it was a second-round pick? Not that I wouldn't mind having Clint Capella on my team again. Is there anybody with a second-round pick that was offering me that type of deal? Second round pick and an expiring deal. Does not appear to be the case. For the hell of it, just to be done with it, Tim Hardaway for PJ Tucker and Korkmaz just to get dudes on expiring deals so I don't have to deal with the Tim Hardaway contract. And of course, shits and giggles. Shits and giggles. Can't deal Korkmaz. Can't deal PJ Tucker. My nuke has been completed after, what, 20 goddamn minutes? So now for my team, at point guard, somehow, De'Aaron Fox, Dyson Nix, and Dante Exum. Shooting guard, Anthony Simons. How the fuck? Luke Kennard, Evan Fournier, and Furkan Korkmaz. At forward, Harrison Barnes and Christian Braun. Power forward, PJ Tucker and OMP. And at center, Mitch Robinson, Nurkic, and Brandon Clark. I'm going to put OMP down in the G League for the rest of the season to train him up. All of that and first round picks is goddamn hilarious. I'm going to run with a 9-man bench, as that is what my starting five happens to look like now at this stage. What the fuck? I mean, I did get the first rounders I want, but I also got some younger talent where you just have to say, what the hell is the AI thinking?